Hi everybody, it's Mr. Stewart here with another assignment video. This time it is for the part 2 of the lip sync assignment, and we'll be doing this one in Toon Boom Harmony. We're going to go through this, try to make it informative, somewhat simple, but lip sync can be a challenging thing to do because you have to listen to the sound on a frame by frame basis and try to keep the back and forth of the entire words and the lip sync playing in real time, as well as the individual sounds and what's going on in the individual frame. But let's start off. First thing we're going to do is we're going to import in our sound and go to File, Import, and go to Sound here. And here I have a WAV file. You can see there's a number of different sound files that it will accept. We're going to stick with a .wav file, and I'm going to pull this in. And if I were to play this out loud, then right now you can see that nothing is playing because I need to activate the sound right there by clicking this little button.
Good luck.
And I have
Good luck.
a simple little sound. But as I scrub, there is nothing there, and that is because I have to activate the scrubbing.
Good luck.
And now you can see I can hear the sound on an individual frame by frame basis. So I'll say that again as I'm not scrubbing. Now I can hear the sound on an individual frame by frame basis. Okay, so now I'm going to create my character. And I'm going to do this in, I'm just going to draw it all on one layer first, and then I'll maybe go in and create the separate pieces. But let's do the drawing here. I'm just going to make it pretty simple close-up of a character here. And let's maybe add in a couple of come in here and erase. Now, if you can't see the resemblance just yet, doing a quick little caricature of myself. I'll leave that off. But this gives me a simple version of a character to make speak. Now you don't need to make it yourself, but I was just trying to have a little fun. And I'll put my old glasses on. Whoops, I don't want that. Let me go back to the settings here, and I think if I scroll down here, I've got the autofill, and those I turn off. Like I've got going on like this. Here we are ready to kind of break this apart into different chunks of. We could do. You could do a select here, and I could just go and grab the head, and let me take the cutter. And now there we go. If I Control X and I create a new drawing layer, and I label this the head, and I go to that and just put that on there. I could go in and grab the cutter here and just do the individual neck piece, and go ahead and put in a new drawing layer and hit add and close and paste that in there. And so now I have my if I can get that there we go. I have my different pieces. Well, actually, it didn't take off the drawing. Let me rename this body. And do this one more time. I think what I did was there we go. Control X, go to the neck, Control V, and now if I turn off my neck, and I'll put this in order here. Now I could kind of do what we did in the last assignment video, where I would put the neck underneath the body and put the head underneath the neck. And now if I'm going to animate the body and move this pivot point down here, I could rotate everything around a bit and set a key. I could also rotate the neck and set a key, and let's actually do this. Let's have this sort of, whoops, come over here, and the neck, oops, keep that pivot point down here, and then move the pivot point down here to the bottom. And I'm going to think about the overall sort of phrase of the sound here. So what I want to do is I'm going to create, let me undo that. I'm going to move this down here so that we really only have these few frames to deal with. Now, normally you do a fair amount more animation than just a few frames like this, but for the purposes, again, of time, I'm going to try to keep this a little bit simple. And so I want all three of these to have the drawing, exposure to the empty cells there. And now I'm going to set another key on all of these, and insert keyframe right here, which is basically the same. But then for the movement, I'm going to now do this one at a time again and kind of animate the movement of the body, and then the movement of the neck, and then the movement the head. Oh, hold on. And then have it sort of settle back down, if you will. Again, starting with the body. And then back to neck, and then back to the head. And now you can see
Good luck.
I've got this movement that if I play through.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
That I've got a simple little
Good
bit
luck.
of movement for the head and body. Okay, so now we have our basic movement of the character. And one of the nice things that we can do here is that we can change the drawing. There's two elements. The dot and the line are going to deal with the animation and the movement. The gray is going to deal with the exposure. And we can change one without changing another. So if I want to clear the exposure in a section here, I can just go to a frame and go into exposure and say insert blank cell. Now this doesn't remove the keyframe. You can see the dot there, but it does remove the drawing. And at this point, I could do a new drawing and just bring that in a little bit there. If I wanted to, I could do a new drawing of the head in the same sort of position, and let me see if I can get between both of them. There we go. I'd be able to do a new drawing kind of right in the middle, and I'll just do the outside sort of circle of this drawing. And even if I removed the rest, so if I changed that completely, and I went to exposure, clear exposure here, and here I went and I was able to then go in and fill the empty cells. Well, now I'm filling the empty cells
Good luck.
with this blank new head, but it continues to move and has the animation the same way that I'm going to take scrubbing off for the moment. So whatever I put in here, I could add in a new drawing, and if I want to go back to the old exposure, all I have to do is select these frames and then click over here on the drawing substitution, and that puts it right back in. So I can open up this new area and put in new drawings for the lip sync, and then if I want to, I can go right back to the drawing that I started with. Okay, but now, before I move forward, I am going to start to break down the lip sync and really go into giving myself some planning that's going to happen. And you can do this on paper, in a sketchbook. You can do it digitally if you want to, but I'm going to just do this here in Photoshop. And the way that I like to do this, and here, hold on just a second. Let me create a few different layers. And get this set up here. So I'm going to write out the words, but I'm going to sort of give myself some space. When I look at the frame numbers, the word starts really happening probably around frame 8 or 9. and then kind of continues to frame 8 or 21. So I'm going to be writing frames 8 to 21. I'm going to write some notes, and I'm going to also draw out some notes for mouth shapes. Now this would be a good time for me to sort of look in the mirror, maybe even look at some video of myself saying the words, and then I can start to figure out the individual mouth shapes. What do I want the mouth to look like? So for good, I might. I'm going to kind of play and have a little fun here. So and kind of just I'm going to get sort of the g of the mouth closed, the good, kind of push the oo out there. And then maybe come back to a D. This time, instead of having the mouth completely closed, I have the tongue. And then maybe kind of go back up into a and maybe really get that mouth out, the tongue out there for the L. And then give myself another and then on the K, I'm going to let the mouth open just a little bit for the K of the K. Okay, so I've got just some basic mouth shapes that I'm going to use, but this is going to give me some good planning to be able to kind of understand the approach. And I can look over at the frame numbers, and this is where I'm going to start to scrub through and listen. So the So I'm going to probably do the sound on 9. It's a little ahead of where the sound is, and that's fine. It's better to do that a little early. So I'm going to go back in here and make sure that I make that notation, which means I'm going to want a couple of frames, maybe get to the g of the G at 7, and the D is going to happen pretty quickly as well. And you can see by frame 11, I'm going to have that D. Then I've got a little more time. So 13 or 14, I've got the sound of the luck. So let's go with 14. And let's go with 12. And then it kind of closes the mouth by frame 16. Now I can always change these things around, and then the k happens right there. So I'm going to do that on frame 18. Let's do that just a little bit early as well. So one of the things that when I'm doing lip sync I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give at least 2 frames to each mouth position. Now for this D going to the L, I might be able to kind of push that off and kind of work through, because those are pretty similar. So I'll get a sense of how I'm doing this as I go. And I can move things around if I need to. But I'm going to pull this over here to the side for my reference as I move through this. And I'm going to begin to create these new drawing substitutions. Now, I could do the eyes, I could do the mouth, I could do everything on a separate level. And if you wanted to cut all of those things out, then you could do that. And if you wanted to, kind of go through and just say duplicate selected layer, you could clone it, but again, I think I'd duplicate it. Now, if I still have the animation, so if I go in on the head level here and I delete the head, let me just turn that off there. So if I delete everything, but let's keep the nose as part of the mouth. Whoops. Let's try this again. And delete. Grab everything. Oh my goodness. Keep hitting the wrong. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll just Control X there. Turn that off. And do all of this. And then if I did if I then go to the I call this the mouth layer, then I turn back on the head layer, and the only thing I take off is the mouth. Well, now when I have both of them turned back on, and I could only worry about animating just the mouth on this level and changing it, and then just keeping the head completely the same. Now, let's, for our purposes here, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to clear the exposure, and then I'm going to, hold on, clear exposure. I guess I can only do one of these at a time. Clear exposure, and then I'm just going to extend that exposure. And empty cells. So now you can see that this changes here. Now I created this circle before, but I don't really want that on that layer. So I want to get rid of this drawing substitution. So the way that I can do that is go over here and go to edit mode. Then if I select it, I can right click and hit delete, and that will delete that. And bring the mouth back to this point. Now, when I just click and drag this, it's going to take everything in it. So it's going to take the movement of the mouth as well, which I want to be the same. So I'm going to have to manually go in if I want to really get rid of some of those, and I'm going to have to clear that exposure first, so that everything is there. But now this allows me to go back in and I can start doing my animation of just the mouth. So clear that exposure again. And now I'm going to draw a new mouth position that I had figured out with my planning for the G. So let's draw this out for the G here. And add a little squash and stretch to the nose. And to the take this off, see how this works. And put a little black on that side. Now, that G I'm going to have go until frame 9. I'm just kind of following through with my initial planning here. And I'm going to keep just sort of animating. And this is the animation that, hold on, give myself one more. And kind of draw in that good. And go back in there and erase that nose. I think I can push that a little bit further. And if I want to fill out the other piece of the head, I can do that. I can do that as well. I can keep kind of checking, and I can fill in those empty mouths in a minute. Those empty blank frames. And let me go to frame 12, because frame 12 is going to be where I ultimately want to go to. Now, you can see I'm really pushing things here. And that's okay. It's still holding this right here. Which is fine. It's not sort of moving along with the head because it's part of the onion skinning, but I can make up for that. So let's see here, and I'm gonna get. And get my tongue. Moving out there. And then I'm going to do my in-between here. And just kind of eyeball it. I always want to be able to just have a little bit of I want to be able to always trust my just kind of artistic approach. Sometimes you can get caught up in all of the different pieces, but I just want to be able to sort of draw. So here, let me extend the exposure here so it shows up a little bit better. And fill empty cell. And fill empty cell so you can see. So you can see that the mouth is still moving. And on frame 14, I want a big movement. And I'm going to get big tongue movement. And erase that. And then do my big kind of squash for the K, for luck. See the movement. And then have it open up. Now, here I want to use my my original, I want to have it go back to my original mouth shape, so I can just select those frames, click on the drawing substitution, and that usually, oh, I'm still in edit mode, so I got to come off of edit mode. So go back in here, click these, and then click on my drawing substitution. It'll put that one right back there where I want it. So then that will allow me, if I want to go and kind of eyeball it to get it in between those two, then I'm able to kind of go and draw out the sort of the k sound of the K, and then I'm going to fill in all of these empty cells, and fill empty cells, and now as we'll play this through here.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
Now,
good luck.
This allows me some pretty, kind of crazy movement, and if I want to go back in and add in some extra stuff like having my eyes open wide at this point, well, I could go into my my head, and let's go in and add in a couple. Let's clear this. Let's see. So what we're going to do is just clear out the exposure here. And whoops, just want to clear out this. Well, I'm just going to insert a blank cell, which will work better. So now you can see it is completely clear, and as I go in, I could enter in that circle that I put in before, and that's going to give me the right position of the head. And now I can go in and begin drawing out. Really, I just want one drawing behind. Drawing out the eyes sort of opening. And let's get this to work a little bit better. My eyes to kind of open, those eyebrows. And put in the ears. And I could even go in to this here. Now it looks like I'm erasing the mouth, but I'm not really. I'm just erasing that one layer that I'm on, but it will sometimes appear as if I'm erasing something else. So now and then I could fill the exposure here. And then maybe even bring this back to where I get the eyes to open again at the end. So
good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
And
good luck. Good luck.
Let's not have it.
Good luck. Good luck.
Now, this is a really, a great sort of showing the flexibility. Now, I could also go in and add in-betweens to smooth all of these things out, because there's a lot of movement that's happening between this. And if I wanted to go in here on the mouth, say, and put in and do all this over again, I could insert another blank cell. I could continue to I'm not sure why it didn't. Okay, it is showing that. There we go. So I could go in and draw another mouth, and really kind of begin to have the teeth show. Take that off there. These different things. But it takes a little getting used to and a little practice of pushing through.
Good luck. Good luck.
To be able to do all of these. different things. But that's really where I'm trying to give you the basic tools, the basic understanding, so that you can do this all on your own and begin to experiment and explore more of the capabilities. So, very good work. Hopefully, you were able to follow along well. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, have a great week and good luck with your assignment.